Just a second. Yeah. And hiding it. Perfect. Okay. I hope you are able to see my screen and I am audible. Okay.
Yes.
So, okay, we'll discuss today more about your, other things. That's very, very important topic. Hmm. Otherwise, we will be missing the sessions, missing the concept. Fine. So what is this? I told you in the last session, what? We have talked about the abstract classes. And abstract classes are really important class when we have some rules and regulations defined, fine, with the abstract methods. Then what? When we have some methods body also, some definitions also. So in that case, what we do, we use the abstract methods, abstract classes. Okay. So this is an abstract class with a name abstract here. Fine. With the abstract classes, I told you that you can achieve 100% abstractions also, a 0% abstraction also. Why? Because if you have all the abstract methods, that will be a case of your 100% abstraction. But when we have all the methods, like what? A body method, then that is a case of your 0% abstraction. But in abstract classes, we can have abstract methods plus non-abstract methods. Fine. That is the concept. Okay. Now, what is today's concept? Let us just deep dive more into those abstract classes and then we will move to our next topic. So tell me, I have told you that can we create a constructor of an interface? No, we cannot create. Why? Because since we cannot create an object of an interface, huh, we cannot create a constructor of an interface also. Okay? Why? Because the objects are actually used to invoke the constructors. Or we can say vice versa, that constructors are helpful to create an object. And if we cannot create an object, that means you cannot have a constructor in your interface. Fine. But the question is, can we have a constructor in your abstract class? Since for abstract class, we cannot even create the object, but can we create a constructor? This is an interview question. Yes, we can create a constructor of an abstract class, even if we cannot create an object of it. But how? Understand. Let me just try to create a constructor first. I'm saying public page. And inside this, what I'm writing? Okay, let me just try to write something like this. It is page class constructor. Perfect. Okay. But how we can call this constructor? So understand that whenever we are trying to create an object of child class, na, of this child class, at that time constructor will be called. That's why we can actually create a constructor of the what? Abstract classes and not for your interfaces. Okay? Can we try to do what now? Uh, we'll try to create an object also. Now, since we have the constructor, now what if we have a constructor? First of all, let us just try to do what? With the help of an object creation that we have already done. See what? Let me just comment this out. As soon as I am calling a constructor, or as soon as I'm calling or creating an object, what will happen? A constructor will be called, that we all know. But see, is it really calling the constructor? Yes. Page class constructor is being called. Have I written something like this? Yes, I've written a page class constructor. That means a constructor is called as soon as I am creating what? An object of its child class. Hmm? But what if we have a constructor in our login page class also, which is also what? Which is actually a child class of my page class. Can I create a constructor here also? I'm creating it. Login page. Okay. And I am putting it here like this. Just typing. This is login page child class constructor. Perfect. Okay. Now, what if I really want to now create an object of this child class? What is the sequence? Will it call the child class constructor or the page class constructor? This is the question. See, so what will happen as soon as I'm creating an object now? First of all, the parent class constructor will be called, and then the child class constructor will be called. Okay. Why? I'll tell you in few minutes, but understand, as soon as I'm creating this object, it will reach to this particular position, this particular constructor, but then it will see that since I am a child class, do I have any constructor in the parent class? It will go here. Yes, it will see, yes, I have a constructor in my parent class also. So first of all, this parent class constructor will be called, and then your child class constructor will be called. How this is happening, I'll tell you in the 5-7 minutes, but wait for that. Fine. Now we know this thing. Yes, the constructors are being called parent also, child also, as soon as I am creating my child class object. Hmm? Now let us try to create what? One parameterized constructor also in the child class. This is my child class. I'm taking it here. I just really want to create one what? One parameterized constructor. How? I'm saying public login page. You can take any variable. I'm saying int I variable you can take because I really want to create only a single parameterized constructor. This is one param child class or login. I'm writing. This is one parameterized login page child class constructor. What is the value? Value it is having like this one. Whatever I'll be passing. Hmm? Now can I just try to create the object in the web test again via what? With this single argument. See what I'm saying. Now if I really want to create an object, but with this single argument, typing 10 here. Now what should I be getting? It will be first creating an object, then it will be going to what? This constructor, one parameterized constructor. So will it directly call this statement or it will again go to my page class and then check do I have any default constructor there and then print the values? Hmm? So see what will happen in this case. Again, if you are calling or creating an object, okay, with a one parameterized constructor which is present in your child class, still it will first go on your page class or your super class. There it will pick the default constructor, a page class constructor. Then your one parameterized login page child class constructor will be called. Okay? I'll tell you the flow, why it is happening this, but try to understand. First of all, how. Okay? So we have seen with a one parameterized constructor. Okay? Now how about can we create a two parameterized constructor also in the child class and then let us try to create an object, same thing in the web test class, and with the help of these two arguments, I really want to check them. Okay? So this is my child class and I am giving and I am just copying this again, creating one again and saying now this is a int I and I am saying int j again. Fine. This is a two parameterized constructor uh, where it is and I really want to say this I plus j. That's it. Not here. I plus j here. That's it. Okay. Now let us try to create an object with that two parameterized constructor. Hmm? Can I put 10, 10? That's it. Or 10, 20? Now tell, what is the flow? First of all, object will be created, but it will see that do you have any two parameterized constructor? Yes, I have. Will it print this directly line or it will see that do I have a super class and inside this, do I have any default constructor? Yes, I have. So what will happen? First of all, this page class, this is what default constructor will be called. And then your two parameterized child class constructor will be called. Okay, let us see. See, page class default constructor, then your this is two parameterized login page child class constructor will be called with these values. Okay, but how it is happening? See this. Can I just try to first of all comment out now this page class constructor? Then we will see a change. Hmm? And I am going inside my login page. Just a second, login page. Okay, and then do what? Hmm? See, can I just again call this constructor? Means let us try to create one more object with a two parameterized say. Now see, it is saying this is only a two param login page child class constructor and I don't have any what? A superclass default constructor I don't have. Hmm? Okay. Now let us try to create what? One this is I have already commented down now. Okay. Can we just try to create mm, one single constructor also means one parameterized constructor along with this one. Okay. Then you will see the change. Public page, it is saying okay, I'm giving something like int I, and I'm saying this is one param constructor of parent page class, and the value is what? It is I. Okay, that is fine. Now see the change. Can you see why I'm getting this error here? See, it is saying implicit super constructor. It is undefined. Must explicitly invoke the another constructor. Why? See this. As soon as I am uncommenting this out, errors are gone. Why? So by default, understand it is considering that if you have to create an object of this child class now, huh, you should actually have a default constructor in the parent class. When you are having some parameterized constructor, think I can have one more constructor, control C, and I can have two parameterized constructor here also. Saying this is two parameterized constructor, okay, and I plus 0. Okay, but it actually requires a default constructor also to create an object. Otherwise, it is not going to create an object. What if I don't have anything here? This is the case. Still, I will get any errors? No. Why? Because Java understands since you don't have any constructor now in your parent class, by default, it is now going to create a default constructor, a hidden default constructor. Okay? That's why I'm not getting any error. So by default, it already created some default constructor, hidden constructor at the runtime. But since I don't have anything printed there, I will be only getting, or my child class constructor will be called. Okay? So it's always require that you should have a default constructor in your parent class if you have what? Your parameterized constructor. Okay? That's why it was giving me error that you should have a default constructor also, since I commented this out. Hmm? Understood? Okay. Now, whatever objects you want to create, you can create with the help of two parameterized, one parameterized default. It is going to directly jump, first of all, to this, two parameterized child class constructor. Then it will see, do I have a page class or a super class? Yes, I have. I am jumping there. Then it will check, do I have any default constructor? Yes, I have. First of all, print the value of this default constructor. Then jump again to this child class and then print this value. So it is mandatory to have a default constructor when you have other parameterized constructor in your super class or your parent class. Okay? If you don't have anything now, if you don't have anything here or no constructors are there, so by default, Java at the runtime is going to add a default hidden constructor for you with no values printed. Okay? So this concept what is applicable actually for your normal classes also, for your abstract classes also, but obviously not possible in case of your what? Interfaces. Why? Because in interface, neither we can have a constructor nor we can create an object of it. Yes, we can surely do a typecasting or topcasting, but constructor creation and object creations are strictly prohibited, not allowed in case of your what? Interfaces. Understand this. Okay? Because people ask you a differences of what? Abstract class and the interfaces. Can you think it of multiple differences? First of the difference is what? You can create a constructor in abstract class, but you cannot create a constructor in your your interfaces. Second difference is what? For a class to be abstract, you have to write an explicit keyword like abstract. See, but in case of your interface, what keyword you have to write? Interface. Okay. Third difference. If you have to actually inherit all the properties of an abstract class in the child class, you have to use a keyword like extends. But for a child class to actually extend or implements all the properties of parent interface, which keyword you have to use? Implements. Fourth difference. In interfaces, it is expected that you should only have all the abstract methods except static and default. But in abstract classes, you can have a combination of abstract methods plus concrete method. What are concrete methods? Non-abstract methods. Perfect. Any other differences? Hmm? By default, in interfaces, all the variables are called as what? Final, public, and static in nature. But in case of your page class or your abstract class, you can have static methods, sorry, no, static variables, non-static variables, final variables, non-final variables, anything you can have, not hard and fast. Hmm? So all these are the differences you should remember. You should keep a point, make a note, because this is asked every time. Okay? Okay. I hope you understood this concept. Now, why and how these constructors are being called? Let us take this next topic. So, we'll create a separate package for it. Then I'll explain you more. Think about it. I'm creating a separate package as what I'm saying testing keywords. Okay. I've created a separate package. Let me just try to create a class with a name as car class inside this package, and I am having a car class. I don't need any uh, main method, nothing I need, because I really want to show you the concept of this more constructor concept. Okay. Now, this car class, let us consider it consists of some below methods and properties like S. See, I'm saying this car class can consist of some speed, है ना? I'm saying 100 km per hour. Perfect. I'm saying it can consist of some start and stop method also. Okay. Non-static normal methods. What is start method is saying? Normal thing. Like what? I am saying car class start method. Okay. In similar way, let me try to create a stop method also. That's what? Non-static in nature. And I'm saying stop method. So car class stop method. Perfect. Now, let us try to create one more class in this testing keywords only. And that is your BMW class. Okay. No main method, nothing is there. And inside this BMW class, I'm writing that I really want to have my own speed like 200 km per hour. You know? And that's what I'm saying. I have my own what? Some speed method is also there. What is that? I am having some public void, a normal non-static method, a final speed method. I'm saying what it is saying that I am just utilizing my speed variable. Okay. So whosoever is going to call my speed method, I am going to give you what? 200. Perfect. Now let us just try to create one more class, a testing class, as we have done every time. Let us try to create a test car. And this now consists of what? Main method, because I have to now create an object and test from here. Okay. What should I do? Let me just try to create a BMW object. BMW is equals to new. That's it. Then what should I do? Hmm? Can I call now final speed method coming from this what? Let me just try to cross it out. Web test, page class, login pages. Can I just call the final speed method coming from where? Hmm? That BMW class. Now let us just try to print it. Whether I'm getting 100 or 200. I'm getting 200 perfect because I'm calling the child class method. And see, Is my BMW a child class? No, it's a normal class, independent class. I have not extended the properties from the car class right now. Okay. Now let us try to comment the speed variable here. Can you see this final method start giving me the error? Why? Because obviously, if I have commented out my global variable, then it will ask me from where I should get this. Now, what I'll do, I'll extend it now. From where? Car class. Now, can you see error gone? That means by default, as soon as I extend my properties from this car class, the speed variable also got what? Inherited. From where? From my car class. Now, can I just try to test it now? I've already commented my BMW speed variable, but let us try to test in this way that as soon as I am calling the final method, what it is going to call? 100. That means now my speed is coming from where? From my parent class car. Now let us just try to uncomment again. This BMW variable, I'm uncommenting it again. Now tell me what I should be getting again. 200 or 100? See, now since I have my speed variable own, I will be calling my own speed variable only and not the inherited variable. See, getting now? Perfect. This is the case, one of the case. Now, my requirement is that I really need the parent class variable also to calculate the final speed of the BMW class. Means I really need that in BMW class, I also want to utilize now what? My parent class speed variable. How can I do it? Now we will introduce a concept of super keyword. And first of all, understand super keyword can only be applicable in your child class concept. Whenever you have a concept of inheritance, now that place your super keyword can be applicable, otherwise not. In a single class, it is not applicable. Super keyword is actually going to call everything from your parent class. Either it is variable or methods or constructors that I'll be showing you how. But understand, super keyword are useful in case of your inheritance when you have to call your parent class properties directly. So now I am saying, since this BMW class is now inheriting all the properties of car class, can I directly inherit or access my speed variable from my parent class also with the help of super keyword? Yes, I can do it. How? See this. I have to write super dot what? Directly coming speed. Can I store it inside my something variable like int car speed? Okay. And if I really want to print it, showing that this is my car uh, parent car speed. What is that? It is car speed. And if I really want to show, this is my child BMW class speed. And I am showing what? Directly speed. Perfect. Hmm? Can I just run it now and see if I'm able to actually utilize the what parent class speed variable also and the child class both? See, parent class speed is 100. Child BMW class speed is what? 200. In that case, super keyword is actually used to fetch the variables from my parent class. Okay. Now let us try to do what? Override my start method in what? In the child class, BMW class. Okay. How to do that? This is my what? BMW class start method. Can I put a annotation like just to double sure that yes, this is an overridden method? Yes. Override is perfectly working fine. That is an overridden method. Now BMW class also have its own start method in its own way. Can we just try to call this method with the help of your BMW object in my test car? Let me see. BMW dot start method. Yes. Just try to call it. See what method will be called? Parent or child? Child class method. Why? Because it is overridden now. Okay, perfect. But my expectation is I really want to use my parent class start method also. Huh? Whenever we are using or I'm calling this child class start method, I really want to use or utilize my parent class start method also. How can I do it? So understand, super keyword is also helpful in calling the parent class methods. Now, can I call inside this method only what? Like super, how to call it? Uh, super dot method name. What is the method name? Start. That's it. Hmm? Now see, as soon as I am now calling this start method from my child class, it is going to print two things. First of all, car class start method, then obviously your BMW class start method. Hmm? Understood? But understand a case. When I don't have what, or I'm saying in this way that I don't need the super keyword to call the parent class variables or the parent class methods when I don't have any methods overridden. Why? Because I can directly call from here na, with this object. If I really don't have any overridden method, fine. But I want to call the start method from my parent class. How to call it? Directly. See, if I'm commenting this overridden method, understand. If I'm commenting this overridden method, but I really want to call what? The method start of parent. Can I call it? Yes. With the help of your child class properties concept. See, car class start method is being called. So super keyword is required when I am having a what? Overridden method in my child class, and I really want to call the variables from my parent class. Since I am having the same variable here also, I have to use a super keyword. Okay? To call the variables and the methods. Only in the case if I'm having the same variable in my child class or I'm having the overridden methods in my child class. If no overridden methods are there or my variables are not seen, I can directly call the parent class methods and variables because of the inheritance properties. Huh? Okay. Now, let us just try to create one default constructor in my parent class. Okay. Let's try to create two constructors, one default, one parameterized. Perfect. I am saying public car and I'm adding it here. Car class default constructor. And I'm calling one more, creating one more constructor in this parent class saying with a variable int I. It is what? It is one param constructor with a value of I. Okay, perfect. Now let us try to create the BMW class object in the test car class and see if my parent class constructors are called. So I'm just commenting this down. That's it. I'm creating an object of the BMW class, a child class. Now see. First of all, see, do I have any constructor in my BMW right now? No, I don't have. Now see how things will work. Since I am now going to create an object of my child class, will it call the parent class default constructor or one parameterized constructor? It is directly calling or going where? Calling the default constructor of my parent class. Okay. Now let us try to create one default constructor and similarly one parameterized constructor in my child class also. Okay. Then we will try to understand what change I will be getting. Okay. This is my BMW class and I am trying to create what? Public. I am saying BMW is my child class constructor, but this is the default constructor. So I am saying BMW child class default constructor. In the similar way, I'll just try to create one parameterized constructor also of this BMW class. ठीक है, BMW child class one param constructor and the value is I. Hmm? Now let us try to call again. Let us try to create an object of this BMW. Same thing, but see a change now. As soon as I'm creating an object of now the BMW, first of all, it will see that in my child class, do I have any constructor? Yes, I have. Then do what? It is going to go on my car class since it is a super class. Going to check, do this super class have a default constructor? Yes, it is having. It will go inside it, print it. Then it will come again on the BMW child class default constructor, print this also. And that's how you're getting the results. So in this way, understand, first of all, the parent class constructor will be called and then the child class constructor. Why? Now, I'll tell you why. Because what happens, Java by default, na, use this super keyword in the first line. By default, it is hidden super keyword. That's why what's happening, as soon as I am creating an object, a default object or no parameterized object of this BMW class, it will go here, come again inside this ninth line. It will see, do I have any parent class? Yes, I have. And because of this super, na, my car class default constructor is getting called. Understand this. Okay. Same thing. Can I create an object with the help of your some single argument? Will it call the parent class constructor? Default or one argument? See this. It is again calling the default constructor by default of the parent class, then coming to your child class, one parameterized constructor and calling it. How? Again, going on the BMW class, it is seeing I am having a one what one parameterized child class constructor, but here also it will see a hidden super keyword. Okay, and as soon as it finds, it is going to go where? A car class default constructor. Then it is going to print this, and again come back here, and then again going to print what? A single parameterized constructor of this child class. So the concept is, whenever we are trying to create an object of a child class, na, the default constructor of first of all child class will be called, which internally calling the what? The default constructor of parent class using the hidden super keyword. But the question is, can I call, see the flow? I am calling the one parameterized object. So one parameterized default constructor will be called here. But can I call one parameterized one parameterized constructor of my parent class also? With the help of super keyword? Yes. See this how. Directly use super and inside brackets give what? You have to give something like this, you know, because it's an integer type. Now can I see again creating an object of test car with this single argument? See. Now will the default constructor will be called of parent or single parameter? Now single parameterized constructor of the parent class will be called. And then the child class one parameterized constructor. Why? Because you have now explicitly told it that Java, first of all, go on the go on where? Go on this BMW, create an object of it, but with one parameterized constructor and check it out. Do you have something like in super? Yes. My 15th line is calling the one parameterized what? Parent class constructor. And because of this, it will be going where? Going here, printing this line, and then coming on again the BMW, and then printing this line. So that's the use case of what? Super. With the help of a super keyword, you can actually call your constructors of your parent class. You can call your variables of your parent class, and you can actually call the methods of your parent class. But super keyword will be only applicable in the case of your inheritance concept, not other than that anywhere. Okay? Next important thing is that, can we write super keyword anywhere? Like if I really want that, yes, first of all, this will be called, but can I write my super keyword here? No, that's not. Super keyword has to be the first line in any constructor calling. It cannot be second line or third line. For what? For constructor calling. See, if I am writing super keyword here, it is giving me issue. I have to write my super keyword here only. Okay. Same for default constructor. So understand that that is a restriction. Inside a constructor to constructor calling of a parent class, you should always have super keyword as a first line. for a constructor calling. ठीक है? Second question, can we call two constructors at a single time? If I really want to call the default constructor also in this way, no, you cannot. Why? Because super can be only one line. That's the starting line. Hmm? And hence, we cannot have the two constructor calling from the same constructor from a child class because of two lines. Because super cannot be at the second line. Perfect. Okay. But what about the methods calling or variables calling? Do I need to have that restrictions there itself? Like super has to be the first line of my method calling. Like let's suppose this is my method or this is my method. Okay. Can I write super dot start not here but here? Yes, that is true. I can write this car speed here also, and I can write this car speed afterwards also. That doesn't matter. In this case, variable calling and your method calling with the help of your super keyword, your position of the super line does not matter whether you are writing at the first line or the next line or the fourth line. Okay? It only matters where when you are calling a constructor from your child class to the parent class. Fine. Now let us try to create uh, one two parameterized constructor also inside my child class. Okay? Just give me a second. Okay, now let me just try to create one two parameterized constructor inside my BMW class. Okay, I'm again giving some two parameters as an int only. You can give anything. Okay, and I am saying it is what? It is two parameterized constructor with I plus j. I am writing in this way. Okay, and let me just try to delete it out right now. Okay, now can we try to create a object of a child class by providing the two arguments? Hmm? And then see which it will call, which means which parent class constructor will be called, default one or two. Hmm? First of all, see this. I am now trying to create an object with two parameters giving two values. Now see whether first default parameterized constructor of your parent class will be called or two parameterized. See, by default, every time if you are not giving super keyword, na, parent class default constructor will be called because of the hidden super keyword. Got me? Okay. Now let us do what? Just give me a second. Okay. Let us try to create what? One two parameterized constructor also. Where? In my car class. That is my parent class. And I am doing this. Uh, okay. Int j I also I am giving. And inside this also I am giving j. Now see this. Can I call explicitly my two parameterized constructor from here? Till now, default was getting called now, but can I call my two parameterized constructor from here as soon as I am creating an object by giving the two arguments? See, yes. Oh, it is that. Just a second. I didn't change that things here. It is two parameterized constructor I plus j. Let me try to again run this. See, car class two parameterized constructor got called first because of your explicit giving the super keyword, and then your BMW child class two parameterized constructor got called. Perfect. So now we know constructor calling is done what? With the help of a super keyword, but that should be the first line of any constructor calling. Second, we can actually call any variable from my parent class with the help of a super keyword. Plus, I can also call any methods from my child class of my parent class. Okay? But now, my requirement is a little bit different. What is that? I have created a two parameterized parent class constructor. है ना? Now the question is, I'm just removing this from here. Let it call by default a default parameterized constructor of parent class. Now, what is my requirement? My requirement is that as soon as I am calling or as soon as I'm creating an object of my child class by giving the two parameters, na, I know it is going to call my default constructor of my parent class. But tell me, can I call some another constructor of this class? Means if I really want, see, understand the case. I am calling this two parameterized constructor of BMW. Then BMW will see that I have a hidden super keyword, and because of that, it is going to go inside the car class. Then it is going to call this constructor by default. Okay. But the question is, instead of calling this default constructor first, can I have any keywords which I can make sure that I am calling some another constructor of this class only, not another class, this class only. Means from this default constructor of car, I really want to call some two parameterized constructor. Hmm? Is there any way? Yes, there is a way. What is that? With the help of this keyword. What should you pass? I have to pass one argument if I have to call the one parameterized constructor. So what will happen now? This is calling the current class one parameterized constructor. Okay, now can we now just check it out? So test car, first of all, you create an object of BMW, then with the help of two parameterize, then go here, it will check, do I have anything super written? No. So by default, it will go where? In the car class default constructor, but then it will go come inside the ninth line. See what? That Nishant is calling some current class, but one parameterized constructor. Because of this, see, it is going to go here. First of all, it is going to print this. Then it is going to print this. Then do what? Come to the two parameters constructor of BMW and then going to call this. See, if I'm doing in this way. See, now three things will be called. One parameterized constructor, default constructor of car, and then the two parameterized constructor of my BMW child class. Now, I am saying, can this now one parameterized constructor of my child class again call my two parameterized constructor of the same class? Yes, it can call by giving this value. Now what will happen? See the change? I am saying now I am creating a BMW object, a child class object by providing the what uh, two arguments. First of all, create the object, but before that, go inside my two parameterized child class constructor. But because of that hidden super keyword, it will be going where? Car class default constructor will be called. As soon as it comes inside the default constructor, it will see that I have a calling of my single parameterized constructor within the same class. Then it will come again. It will see what? I have now calling of my two parameters constructor. So first of all, guys, this will be called, then this will be called, and then this will be called. And then your BMW two parameterized constructor will be called. See this? Predicate Java application. See, car class two param, car class one param, car class default, and then at last your BMW class two parameterized constructor. So the major difference what between this and the super keyword is that this keyword is used for calling the current class constructors, and super keyword is used for calling the parent class constructors. Second difference is what? That while calling the constructor with the help of this keyword, can it be a any line? Means can I write this second line? No. Similar way, my super works for the constructor calling, my this keyword works. The only difference is that I can use this keyword for constructor calling within the same class. Super keyword can be called within child classes. But super and this keyword has to be the first line whenever I am doing the what? Constructor calling. Can we call two constructors in the same class by giving this and I really want to call what? Some two parameters constructor? No. Why? Because this is becoming now the second line, hence not allowed. So similarity is what? This and super keyword has to be the first line. You cannot call multiple constructors within the same class or different class with the help of a super or this keyword. Huh? These are the similarities. Okay. Now, one more thing. Can I use this keyword and super keyword simultaneously? Means if I am saying that this is coming to my here and I am saying this super and I am also trying to call my current class constructor, can I do this? No. Why? Because again, this is becoming the second line, and hence you cannot actually use a super and this keyword, together. Okay. I hope this is clear to you. Perfect. Fine. This is the very important question in terms of your this and super keyword. It is being asked multiple times. And that's why I'm giving you perfect practical knowledge that how things are actually working. Now let me just try to create a separate package, huh, to see one more case. Okay. Let me try to create what? A package like as builder pattern I'm writing. Mm, okay, this is separate package. Hmm. Let me just try to create a, just delete it out, close it out. Let me just try to create a sort of shopping class, hmm, as a class name. I'm creating this shopping class. Do I need main method? No. For time being, I don't need, because I'll be using some test shopping user only as a separate class where I'll be having main method and we'll be getting an object of this. Now let us try to do what? Why this package name is builder pattern? So now what I'm trying to say that you do shoppings on some, what, online shopping stores like, Myntra is there or some Amazon is there, Flipkart is there. How you do the shopping? First of all, you log in, then you search for a product, add to cart, hmm, then do what? Do some payments, provide your billing address, shipping address, then you complete the order, generate the order. Hmm. In this way only you perform your actions now. So this is what? A sort of a builder pattern only now, a sort of a flow from the login till the logout. You're actually completing a flow. Can we try to create a flow in this class also? Hmm? And then we will see one more use case of what? This keyword. So till now we have seen three use cases of this keyword. What? I have told you in encapsulation that this keyword will be helpful for what? Assigning the local variable values to the global variable values, if you remember. है ना? Second case, I have told you today, it is useful for my current class constructor calling. Third case is what? With the help of this keyword, you can actually call the methods also. This dot method name, but within the same class. Okay? How? That we'll be seeing in this section now. And I'll be telling you one more use case of this keyword. What is that? Okay? But see, first of all, I'm just creating a workflow for you. Similarly, you do the shopping. Okay. Can I have some login method? First of all, I'm writing some normal login method without any credentials. Okay? Then I'll try to overload this method. I'm saying default login. This is default. Okay? Now I'm trying to overload this method. I'm saying I have one more login method, but there I will need to do what? Provide my credentials in terms of your string un and string password. Okay? And I'm giving what? System.out.println login with credentials. Okay? What are my credentials? I am having un plus I am having my what? Password. Okay? Okay. What next? I have to search a product. So that also I am giving two methods. You can directly search it, directly click on search. Okay? And I am saying default search with all products. And I'm giving you one more search functionality. I'm overloading it by giving some parameters. Like you have to provide me the what product that you want to search, and I'll search it for you. So what search, but what string? I am saying product name. Perfect. What should I write it here? I am writing that's what your searched product is. What is that? It is the product name. Okay. Then what next? You have searched the product. I'm giving you one more thing, or let it be. What I'm saying now, add to cart. You have searched the product, now add to cart. Public void add to cart. Okay. And I am saying give me the product name and I will add to the cart. Perfect. I'm writing a normal print message like adding to cart with what? Product name. ठीक है? Perfect. So adding to cart is done. Now can I make some payments? Hmm? Also, this payment method I can overload now many times. Like I can have some UPI ID, I can have some credit card, CVV details. So let me just try to write it. Two methods only. Public void make payment with normal string UPI, and when I am having what? So payments are done via UPI, and I am providing the UPI ID, whatever you will be giving to me. Okay? And I'm also overloading this method again mm, with credit card details and CVV number. I am saying now string credit card, and I am saying provide me int what? Your CVV number. Okay? Perfect. And I am saying payments are done via credit card, and the details are here. CC plus colon CVV number. Perfect. Okay. And at last, I am saying generate my order. Public void. Perfect. And I am saying what? Your order is generated with order ID as what? I am directly writing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And at last, yes, obviously I have to do a logout also. Public void. Logout method is also there. What this method is saying that after completing a shopping, you just log out. Perfect. Okay. So for me, a sort of a pattern is created. Now, can we just try to create an Amazon test class? Because I really want to do my shopping from the Amazon. And I'm writing Amazon test class. And this class consists of what? Main method. Because I really want to create an object of my shopping class also. है ना? Now, let us try to create an object of my shopping class. And with that object, I will be calling all my methods. Then I'll be telling you that, why I'm doing this. First of all, see this shopping. Shop is equals to new shopping. Perfect. Now, can I call all my methods? Hmm? Surely I can call. See, first of all, shop, I can do login, or I can have a login method. See, I have a login method providing what? I am providing some credentials like admin, and I can provide some credentials, password like admin also. Then after that, what? Shop. Can I search my product? Yes. I am providing like iMac. Hmm? Perfect. Then what I am doing? Shop, add to cart. Yes, I can do that. What is the product name? iMac. Then what I'm saying? Shop. You make the payment, make payments with a with help of which UPI ID. I'm giving Nishant, something you can give at the rate UPI. Then do what? I am saying generate my order. See, okay. Then what? Log out. Perfect. So with the help of your object or with the help of your reference variable, I am actually calling different methods multiple times. Now see, first of all, whether I'm able to print it. See, yes, I'm getting everything. You have logged in, you have searched your product, you're adding to cart, payments are done, order is generated, and this thing on a logging out. Perfect. So can you see a sort of builder, a sort of a pattern is generated from the login till the logout? Hmm? But can I do it in a more smoother way? How? What if I am saying as soon as you are doing login, okay? As soon as you're doing login now, first of all, print this thing, login. But can you return the current class object? Why I am saying this? Because in that case, understand, I need not to call call all the methods again and again. See, Understand? If I am saying just one thing, see, I'm just calling a login method, and as soon as you log in, now, what you do? You return me the current class object. First of all, tell me how I can create the current class object with the help of your new keyword. With the help of this, I can create. Okay. So I am saying create an object of this current class and return it. Why? I'll tell you. But because of returning, what it is saying, you have to change the method type also. Okay, perfect. I'm saying. Now see, as soon as I am calling this login method, what is returning to me? It is returning me the one more object of this shopping class. Now, do I need this shop reference variable to call these methods, or I can directly call, see, other methods from here? I can directly call. Why? Because this is generating a current class object to me and it is returning to me. Can I use the same thing in all the case? Because I have to call all the methods one by one now. Can I use it here? Something like this. And I'll change the state afterwards, but let me just try to call or return the current class object in all the methods. Okay. And logging out, and also it will be returning me the current class object. But after logging out, do I need the current class object? No, I don't need. Let it be like this. Till logout I need. Can I change my return type? Yes, I have to change definitely. I'm copying it here, pasting it, pasting it, pasting it, and pasting it, and pasting it. Okay. Now see a change. Now I really don't need any shop reference variable again and again. What I can do? See, search. That's it. I'm getting or not? Yes, I am getting. Directly I can write it here. Then again, since search method is again returning me the current class object, can I do it add to cart? Yes, add to cart. Now again the same method is returning me something, current class object. Can I do make payments? Huh? Yes. UPI ID. Take some UPI. Again this make payment is returning me something. Can I say generate order? Yes. And then this generated order is again saying me something. What? Log out. So in this way, what happening? A sort of a pattern is generated. है ना? Why? Because I return the current class objects in all the methods. Perfect. I need not to write shop, shop, shop. No. See, am I getting the same results again? See, yes, I am getting the entire exact same result. Huh? So in this way, I can actually use this builder pattern. Can you see a sort of a pattern is generated, a builder pattern? Okay. But there is an issue in this case. What is the issue? The above all the methods are being called in a chain. It's a chaining concept. Now we have done the method chaining, है ना? Or it is considered as a builder pattern. But this is not the correct way of chaining the methods. Why? See, because in every method, can you see one new object is getting created? Every method, one new object is getting created. See, in this case also. So can you believe that 5, 6, 7, 8 new objects will be created inside my heap memory, which does not have any reference? Huh? It will be soon destroyed by what? The garbage collector. So with the help of this pattern, we are actually unnecessarily creating the object every time an object is written or current class object is getting returned from my method. So is this the correct way? I am doing the unnecessary object creations. No, this is not the correct way. Why? First of all, unnecessary objects are getting created, memory are utilized and wasted. Thirdly is what? Since all the objects does not point to anything, they are called as what? No reference object. And we all know no reference object is going to be killed by what? The GC compiler or garbage collectors. Fine. So can we optimize our code? See, because I really want to use this way only. I really don't want to call these methods again and again, again and again. No. I want to call everything in a builder pattern only, but can you suggest me a better way? Instead of creating an object again and returning it? Yes, I can. What is the method? What is that way? Instead of creating an object now, you can just write this. That's it. What does this mean? It is saying the same thing that Nishant, you have created your object one time. So if you really want to call my login method, na, I am returning to you the same object. I'm not creating again a different object. No, I am returning you the same object. And from that same object, you can call your search method. Okay? Same thing can I do here also. Instead of creating a separate object, can I use this keyword? Yes. Similar thing from here also. Yes. Similar thing from here also. Yes. And similar thing from here also. Yes, I can. And this is also left. And generate orders. That's it. First of all, I'll tell you. Let me just try to print it, whether it is working fine or not. And I'm just providing a sort of a builder pattern in this way. And I'm giving like this. A pattern will be created. Such pattern you have seen where? I've told you in the rest assured. You have seen, na? I'm taking the sessions. Such, this is the way of your builder patterns, how they are designed actually. Okay? And that's how it is generated. Because they are also returning internally what? Current class object. Now, first of all, I'm just trying to run for you. And then I will tell you that, what advantage of it is. See, everything I'm getting printed, same thing. So first of all, understand there is a different means a different advantage of this keyword. What? It is helpful in returning me the current class object also, along with calling the constructor, along with calling the methods, along with what? Assigning my global variable from my local variable. It is also helpful in creating and returning the current class object. So I can actually generate a builder pattern in a proper workflow. So in this case, what is optimized? We are only returning the same object. We are not creating another object. One time object is created, that's created. No more unnecessary object creation is there, and hence no more garbage collector will be working on that because already I have a reference. So this is what the fourth use case of this keyword. Helpful for returning the current class object and helpful for me in the builder chaining concept. Now you understood? In the rest assured what we are doing? This only, na? This is how you can actually generate your builder pattern. And today now you have got a insight that how this dot keyword is actually working for me because it is actually returning the current class object. Understood? Hmm? Any questions here? Hmm? So tell me, what is the difference? The question, interview question is what? What is the difference between your this and super keyword? First of all, this keyword will be helpful for what? Your current class method fetching, method calling, current class constructor calling. Okay. Then it can also helpful for your assigning the local variable to your global variable. Perfect. Then return of your current class object. Four major use cases. Then how about your super keyword? Super keyword can first of all only be used in case of an inheritance concept. Okay. What are the use cases of it? It will be helpful for calling the parent class variables, helpful for calling the parent class methods, helpful for calling the parent class constructor also. Okay. Can we call current class constructor and variables and methods with the help of super keyword? No. Only applicable for inheritance concept. Again, this and super keyword has to be the first line of any constructor calling. But if you are really calling any other methods or variables, it can be any line. Again, next what? You cannot have this and super keyword together in a single method or in a where? A constructor. I hope this is understandable to you. So I've talked a lot about these interfaces, abstractions, difference between the same, this super keyword, difference between the same. So we have almost covered everything from this concept of your what? Abstractions, inheritance, interfaces, abstract classes, your encapsulations, almost everything's are covered from the OOPS concept. Do you have any questions still here? Is that clear? Okay. If that is clear, then from the next session, surely, because this is almost over, the part we have, two more or three more sessions are pending from this Java concepts. Next session, I'll be taking you with what the your exceptions part, and then we'll be taking a session on your one session on your hash map, hash set, linked hash map, and all these things, data collections, and then one session for your strings. So almost three sessions are left. And then from the this upcoming weekends and from the next weekends, we are surely starting with the Selenium. Okay. Till then, try to practice whatever I have told till now. Okay. To take the recordings, practice it as much as you can. Fine. Okay. If you don't have any questions, I'll just stop it here. We'll share the recording soon inside the drive only. You can take the drive access. Keep on practicing, guys. I'm saying again and again. It's almost about 1.5 week sessions left for the Java, and then we will be directly going to shoot up on my Selenium part, and then you will understand why Nishant has told so much things about Java. I'm telling you this. Hmm? Okay, guys. Then till then, take care. See you in the next sessions weekends. Okay.